Welcome back, my fellow cyberpunks. Today we have a quick lore episode which highlights and details something in the world of cyberpunk in under 3 minutes. Today's video is on the combat zone in Night City. The combat zone is arguably one of the most dangerous places in town. Decrepit and destroyed, gangs and street scum have taken over this particular area in the Maelstrom region. Now we don't see the Maelstrom region on the metro map from the trailer, but CDPR have adapted the 2020 timeline and some locations, so the combat zone or zones may still be present somewhere in Night City. A former housing project for construction crews who built Night City, as well as low-budget housing in general, an outflux of people ascending past simple homes led to this region to become an area infested with crime due to neglect. Megacorporations such as Militech and Arasaka started working with police to help rid the area of its increasing gang problem, violent incidents, and drug wars, and to free up corporate assets in the northeast end. After an exodus of some major gangs, the zone was walled off. In a desperate final move by government officials to rid Night City of the most violent and wanted criminals who had taken refuge in the combat zone, they created an event called Carnival. The government issued 1 week to bounty hunters and citizens alike to track down dangerous criminals and started a free-for-all bloodbath in exchange for a handsome chunk of eddies per criminal captured or killed. As you can imagine, there was insane backlash during this time and eventually led to all people in power making these decisions killed or forced out of their positions. The downside to Carnival was that it culled all the weaker gangs, leaving only the strongest to survive and thrive more easily. A plan that initially seemed like a good idea had backfired. The area is infested with all sorts of criminals, with the Netrunner gang the Digital Renegades distributing electricity and power around, and food and water supplied by nomads in and around the area. Police hardly enter the zone unless fully equipped and in squadrons of 20 or more, but Trauma Team and their competitor Militech Rescue enters the zone more frequently for their rescue missions. Combat Cab services, which we see in the E3 trailer, will take you through the combat zone for a fee, and will equip you well enough to defend yourself should you choose to navigate through this area. Most buildings are toppled, signs are damaged, and the place is reminiscent of modern-day war zones. Media will portray only gang activity within the walls of the zone, but in reality, a lot of regular folk, trapped in the despair of crippling poverty and ill fortune, reside there as well, usually in hiding. The largest gangs are Slaughterhouse and Stomp Street, and there's a constant war over resources from all gangs within the zone. The Mafia, Yakuza, and Triads also have connections to the zone, but of course these gangs can exert more power from outside the zone in more politically manipulative ways. Carnival and the culling of the weaker gangs help them maintain their power. That's it for this quick lore episode, guys. Remember to subscribe to the arcade, and for everything Cyberpunk 2077, follow the channel.